Hello and welcome to a brand new dev diary for the upcoming Marius 2.0 in Imperator Rome, as well as the Heirs of Alexander DLC pack. Today we have another post from Arheo, the game director. He's been posting most of these dev diaries of late, and the topic today is more on the Great Wonder mechanic that they're going to insert into the upcoming additions to Imperator Rome. So let's get started. Hi all, I'll be posting the dev diary on behalf of Braindrift today, who's taking us through the details of the Great Wonder construction feature, which comes in the Heirs of Alexander pack. Right, so this was announced a long time ago, before the 2.0 announcement was even made. This addition for the Great Wonder customization thing, yeah, that was announced way back when as sort of a standalone DLC, before it was we had a clear picture of what's coming for 2.0. and the Heirs of Alexander pack. And I'm quite excited for this. This is a bit different from what we have in other Paradox games. This has more of sort of a Civ feeling to it. So let's get into the nitty-gritty here. Great Wonders. The Heirs of Alexander content pack will include a design tool, which allows you to assemble and construct your own Great Wonders. The tool gives you a 3D view of your construction, and once the building is completed, your creation will be represented on the world map. Yeah, so that's very cool stuff. Currently, they have this in the game with the Great Lighthouse of Alexandria and a couple other buildings that can be seen on the map. But this really gives you an opportunity to really have a custom approach to this. And with this comes sort of unlimited potential for customization and to really leave your own unique mark on the map. And what is really cool about this, aesthetically anyway, is that once you're done building your custom Great Wonder, it will appear on the map, and you can see it in 3D rendering. It's all very cool. So we're taking a look at this screenshot right here, and we have sort of a design elements for the top, middle, and base, and you have the shape down here, you have the material, which is ebony, in the middle, same thing, so you have sort of a design and then a material this Then the top was design and material being ivory. Now, there are several effects that it gives here. So this particular construction of the Spire of Vatluna gives the following effects. You get better taxes, you get better commerce income, you get another trade route, boost your civilization level over the period of months, and it boosts your military tech investment as well as some research points. So there's a lot of goodies here. It seems Wonders, well, it's a really good way to sort of boost your empire and give you that extra jump that you need to get over the hump in some cases. And let's see here, down here we have the required materials. So see some X's next to stone and wood, and of course none of the materials here are stone or wood. It's all ivory, which is the elephant here, and iron, which is the iron here. Now ebony, I'm not really sure about that, so it's not one of the listed resources here. Wow, that's a long construction time. So we see the construction time here is going to take the 13,172 days. That's a really long time. It's a really long time. I'm sure that there are other ways to speed it up. It costs 75 political influence as well, and 5,706 gold. Now there are also tiers. So tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and I'm guessing that the higher the tier, the more impactful the effects are on the Wonder. And we have tabs here. I guess this is more about design as well. So we have a tower. We're in the tower tab for the Spire of Vatluna here. There's also the building option, a pyramid option, and other templates. So without actually seeing these tabs, I can't really be sure what they say, but we can speculate a little bit. So yeah, very cool stuff. Let's keep reading. Okay, so scrolling down here, yeah, so the caption on this image is the Great Wonder Construction Tool window. So this is where you make all of your construction decisions, and you can see the effects and everything, the resources required, as just explained. To move on, you have 3 different categories of construction to choose from: pyramids, towers, and buildings, as I said from these tabs here. Each category has their own set of modules, like bottom, middle, top for towers, that can be interchanged and combined within each category to create the shape you're going for. So in addition to getting the buffs and effects that you desire for your playthrough, You can also play around, and it sounds like customization in terms of aesthetics, how it looks, how you design it, is also going to be a fairly large factor in all of this. And I think that's very cool. This is quite different from the other Paradox titles that are out right now, and it really allows you the opportunity to leave your mark on the map in a custom, unique way that may not be repeated. The Great Wonder design window is reached from the Building tab in the Territory view. Once there is a wonder under construction or completed, a fourth tab will appear that displays relevant information about your creation. Very cool. Okay, so next section is on materials, and we covered that a little bit here. You need the ivory and the iron to create this spire here. So let's see what else they have to say. Each module has a material. The default is stone, which is considered to always be used as the main building component for a construction. Other examples are silver, ivory, and marble. In total, there are 9 different materials, with each effect the look on the which each affect the look on the module they're applied to. To be able to use the material, you need to import its related trade goods to the province in which you build the Great Wonder. If you, for example, have set one of the modules to be covered in silver, you need to import precious metals to the province. Makes sense. If you need iron, you import iron. If you need ivory, you import elephants, so on and so forth. If you ever lose an import route, the progression of the construction will be halted until you've set up a new route for the required goods. Alright, so you don't lose out. So say you have a steady flow of iron coming into the province where the wonder is being built, but then suddenly that trade route is no longer available to you because it's conquered by an enemy, or they don't like you and they start refusing to trade with you, whatever might be the case. You don't lose your progress, but progress sort of stands still. So you cannot advance, you cannot make any more progress on the construction of the wonder until you get more supply of the resource in question. You need to import it, and I'm guessing that if you have it locally, that'll do just fine as well. We have some images here, some samples. It looks like. Let's take a quick peek here. Okay, model and material variations for some towers. So these are all the tower template, as opposed to buildings or pyramids, and there's quite a bit of variation between the three. So there's definitely a lot of potential and room for you to customize the look of your Great Wonders, and that's all great. Effects and prestige. Your wonder can have up to 3 effects, which are basically powerful modifiers. Come with some unique aspects that can't be found anywhere else in the game. Very cool. Some effects can only be used by unlocking the corresponding invention in the technology trees, while others are accessible to all. Right, so coming along with the Marius 2.0 and Heirs of Alexander DLC pack, we have a lot of reworked tech trees, and the entire technology system is being reworked as well. And as you advance in your campaign and you advance the tech trees, you unlock various abilities. That's not exactly new, but it's going to be much more impactful in this upcoming edition of the game. So, to that effect, and in that same vein, you can get, I'm assuming, better effects from your wonders the farther you are through the tech tree. So it might be worthwhile, for example, to wait until you get the effect that you really want before you go ahead and commit to a specific design or building, something like that. If you know that there's an effect that you're waiting for on the tech tree, you might want to go ahead and wait for it. Otherwise, you do you. But there's definitely an element of strategy and timing when it comes to when is it wise to construct a wonder, and that's something I'm definitely looking forward to playing around with and tinkering with and figuring out what exactly the best way to go about doing that is. So some of these effects are unlockable, some of them are always accessible. Each effect has 4 tiers, and the construction's prestige value is what decides what tier you can choose from. The 4th and final tier can't be reached during the design phase. Okay, that's interesting. Instead, the wonder has to age for some centuries until it's accumulated enough prestige to be upgraded with the top tier effects. That is really cool. Okay, so you cannot achieve the pinnacle of prestige and wonder and glory with your wonder constructions until the thing has aged for a couple centuries. So this really plays into the whole notion of what is prestige. Why do these ancient civilizations even build wonders, right? When they cost so much money, and the longevity of the wonders is one of the things that makes them particularly special. I also, we can glean from this that you can upgrade wonders along the way. I don't know how open that's going to be, so if you start like with a tier 1 or tier 2, I don't know if you can continually upgrade it until you get to tier 4, but at least you can go from tier 3 to tier 4, and I like that a lot. So you have to protect it, you have to maintain it, keep it, until you can reap the maximum benefits from it. So prestige comes with longevity, and that's reflected very nicely in this little mechanic. This means that simple stone tower you built in the beginning of your journey can grow and become as powerful as the pompous gold abomination your neighbor saved up money for, but couldn't complete until late game. Of course, this puts the burden on you to protect your cultural treasures, as prestigious constructions become highly attractive to conquer. I mean, that's true. So if I notice that a rival, a rival power, a neighbor of mine has a nice little wonder, yeah, that's definitely going to be some incentive to go ahead and yoink that, go ahead and conquer that. It'll make, it'll put a target on your back, which is good. That is what the response should be, and you have to invest in protecting it. Make sure that you keep your wonder secure, because hey, it's all tied into the prestige and identity and glory of your faction. And also we can see, so I'm going to go ahead and speculate that yes, you can start at tier 1 with a simple stone tower, and over the course of the centuries of the campaign, that simple stone tower can be upgraded several times apparently, or continuously upgraded until you get that magnificent tier 4 wonder that you really want. So let's go ahead and take a look at this screenshot, and we have the 4 tiers of effect. So wow, this is not an exhaustive list. You see the scroll here. You can definitely scroll down and see more. But we can get at least the beginning of the list. So some of the effects are military education, government education, diplomatic education, religious education. So I'm guessing that these provide buffs to your stats, to your character's stats. So say you have, I'm just guessing here. I mean, I don't know what the balance is, but say you have tier 4 military education. That means that your rulers or your ruling family will get a +4 to their martial stat. Probably something along those lines. I don't know if those numbers exactly align to scale, but that's my guess with that. Tax and commerce, pretty self-explanatory, get more money. Slave labor traditions, so this probably impacts the efficacy of the slave pops that you have. Cultural memorial probably builds your culture or puts pressure on other culture pops to assimilate. Expanding culture, perhaps there's a bit of overlap there. Engineering, not sure what that does, but the engineer is a new unit in the game, so engineering will come into play. Military research, civic research, so that ought to help and boost your tech, your ability to research technology. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Costs, construction time, and construction leader. Okay, construction leader is a thing, right? So what I did point out at the beginning here, this right here says that it's going to take 13,000 days to build this wonder, and there's got to be a way to speed that up. So let's see what they have to say about construction time. The construction of a great wonder will be a massive undertaking to complete. Even for large and advanced civilizations, there's always an upfront cost in money from the treasury, which will be decided by category, materials, and what modifiers you assign. The same factors affect the amount of work that needs to be done, but the final construction time is based on the number of slaves, tribesmen, and freemen you have available in the province which the construction is built in. Okay, so that's interesting. Pop types matter. That is to say that citizens and nobles, I guess, don't want to get their hands dirty and will not be providing any sort of manual labor to help out with this effort. So what you need, the people you need to actually build the wonder, which is true to history, of course, slaves, tribesmen, and freemen. The number of pops that you have of those categories will impact the time it takes to build it. Construction time is further affected by assigning a construction leader. Okay, that's interesting. Similar to military and naval leaders, there's a significant dent in efficiency without a leader assigned. The construction speed being decreased by 25% without one. The governing stat for construction leaders is finesse, which will speed up the construction by 5% per point. Fantastic. Okay, so when you have an army, you need a general leading it. When you have a navy, you need an admiral leading it. And when you're building a wonder, you need an overseer of sorts. You need a leader, somebody who's gonna, keep everybody in line, keep construction moving along at pace as it should be. And the stat for that is finesse. So finesse is quite valuable in other areas of the game as well. So you want a leader, you want a character in your court, in one of the families that one of the ruling families or the high status families in your empire to be in charge of building wonders. Yeah, so finesse is the most important stat for that, and that's very cool. We've also expanded on the character traits to make them relevant when choosing your construction leader, giving them effects such as improved slave efficiency from the harsh trait or some construction prestige value from the polymath trait. Good. So the traits in Imperator Rome are one of the strengths of the character system, where in some other areas it's a bit lacking, especially compared to the newer release of CK3. But I'm glad that they're trying to sort of integrate existing mechanics into this wonder building thing. So yeah, I like that. The harsh trait will make slaves more efficient. That makes sense. And so on and so forth. So you're going to want to carefully consider who you actually place in charge of wonder construction. You want somebody with the proper traits, with a high finesse stat, and all of that good stuff. So it's not, and you definitely want somebody leading it, because you suffer a minus 25% or additional 25% construction time when you are without a construction leader. So that's a very important role that they're introducing here. There will also be a political influence cost related to what modifiers you add to your construction. More powerful modifiers cost more PI. Upgrading or changing modifiers will also be related to a PI cost. Okay, so political influence has been one of the bigger mana points since one of the early patches where they really got rid of some of the EU4 type mana that they had going on. They basically boiled it all down into political influence, and some of it went over to cash and whatnot. They redistributed basically what the original mana points did for you. So you need a lot of political influence to really get a solid wonder. The envy of your neighbors. All right, and the last thing here is Ancient Great Wonders. As a part of the Marius update, we've also brushed up the good old ancient wonders such as Stonehenge, Colossus of Rhodes, and Lighthouse of Alexandria. Each of them now have one of the Tier 4 effects that you can use for your own construction, making them both valuable assets to keep within your domain and attractive targets for conquest. There's also a number of events connected to the wonders, giving them some story and an additional management aspect. Very cool. So, as of now, I've never played as Rhodes, so I don't know, but I have played as Ptolemaic Egypt, and there are events that help you build the great lighthouse of Alexandria. It costs money currently. It costs political influence currently. So they're going to take that thing and expand it out into this custom wonder building system that they've devised for us. And so the existing wonders, the three that they cited here, are Stonehenge, Colossus of Rhodes, and Lighthouse of Alexandria. All of them are going to have one Tier 4 effect, I guess, at the beginning. I'm not sure, but that's what they seem to be saying here. And that's going to wrap up the dev diary. It's a pretty short one today, but a very detailed look at what we can expect from the Great Wonder mechanic that they're introducing to the game. Again, I think that this is really cool because it's sort of outside the box for what Paradox usually does, and it will really allow you to leave your own unique mark on the map, and and really give you a sense of uniqueness and accomplishment and identity for your culture, for the civ that you're playing, and all of that good stuff. But I want to know what you think, and are you looking forward to building your own wonders in the upcoming Marius 2.0 and Heirs of Alexander DLC pack for Imperator Rome? If you are, please let me know down in the comments section down below what you think about this. And another reminder that this game is coming out February 16th, or I'm sorry, the DLC and Marius 2.0 are coming out on February 16th for $10 for the pack, and for the Heirs of Alexander pack, and it's free. The 2.0 Marius update is free. So some of these mechanics, some of the mechanics mentioned in recent dev diaries are complimentary. Some of them cost $10, but we're coming very close now to the release date, and I'm looking forward to it. Make sure to come back, check out this channel. And I think that my first campaign is going to be as one of the Diadochi, maybe the Ptolemaic Egypt, maybe Thrace, I don't know. But there's a lot of new stuff to discover, and it's gonna be great. So if you did enjoy this video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.